Hi. Thank you for being here. Thanks. Thanks for being with me, allowing me to share these words with you this day, this way. Thank you. I imagine you paid a price to be here because you care for my words. And there's a love with my words and a love of my words. And my words are love in ways that people, many, haven't seen yet. But I suggest is coming into view for the masses, for the population of Earth, for you in new ways. You see, this is a school. I am a school. If you enter this school that I am the words of, the word of, you begin to see you are a school too. And you are not separate and apart from me unless you want to be. But if you want to enter me, enter my mind, enter my teaching, enter my words, enter my flow of energy, you can. And no one can keep you from it. There's tuition, but not a pay wall to keep you out. So I request a lot of things. I invite. I suggest. I ask. And I honor. And this is the way I operate. Not choosing to operate like any other school. You see, if this is the school you choose to be in at this time in your life, it's very costly. And it will cost you. It costs you time, effort, and energy, whether you contribute any tuition or not. I'm not hung up on that. And finances will keep no one out. So I am here, and I am inviting you to enter me. Enter me what? Me what? Meonics. Meonics. So that when you breathe, you begin increasingly breathing the words of the real you, not limited to this world, not limited to the thinking of mankind. That you increasingly begin to communicate with another world. The angels, not the angels of God who want to carry out mercenary missions, missions of conquerization, but missions of love. You see, we listen. We are a people coming forth. We, a people, a nation. Of Israel? Biblical Israel? I suggest to you, Biblical Israel is the name for your promised land that you enter. It is a promised land. It was the word that was used metaphorically, allegorically, realistically. And it's not in the Mideast. It's in your mind. It's in the mind of that which is perfect, that which is perfected love, that which loves all equally, not just a race of black, white, blue, green. People adhere to certain rules. You don't enter the kingdom of heaven by observing the rules. There are no rules that keep you out, just like there's no paywall to keep you out of this school. But requests are made. You're invited. I invite you to do a lot of things. So this is a little different today, isn't it? I'm inviting you to see this as a school and begin to think of it as a school that you are in and a part of, not just a student. You're not just a cog in a wheel. You're not just filling a chair. You're not just part of their tuition stream. You're not just hoping and wishing, working for a good grade, piece of paper, an affidavit, certification, an approval from somebody or some agency. This is about life. This is about more than gold. It's about more than who you are in your mind that you have been programmed to be, and coming into the real me that does not allow the programs of defeat and debasement operate on you. This is a leadership school where you begin to lead you and think in different terms. I'm asking you to think as a leader. Even if you didn't get past the third grade or whether you have 3 PhDs, I'm asking you to think about this school like no other school. I'm inviting you to be a part of this school and think about how this school should operate that you're a part of, because you're not separate. If you enter me, my mind of my words, not mine, of flesh. Not the way flesh thinks, that flesh wants to control. The flesh wants to give you a God to serve, a God to tell you how to serve it and what to wear, what to do and when to do it. No, my friend. There are no rules in the kingdom of God. It doesn't operate by rules. It doesn't operate on a command structure. The very structure of heaven operates in love, of love, loving love, the creation of love, for love to create new things, new ways. And love does not restrict. Love doesn't say you can create anything you want to create with your little molecules, your Play-Doh, your clay on earth. But don't go outside of earth. Don't go to any of these other star systems. That's off limits. That's heaven. That's hell. Oh, they're scary. They'll devour you. They'll eat you alive. They're aliens. Be afraid. We are a people coming together of every nation, tribe, and tongue. And no religious label will defeat us. You know, there are times in life maybe certain things don't seem right. They may agitate you, aggravate you. They may hurt you, abuse you. And you deal with it and you deal with it and you put up with it. until one day you've had enough and you walk out. You say, that's enough. I can't take it anymore, or whatever. But you come to a decision point. I'm asking you to come to a decision point and see something. See something that doesn't motivate you because of your pain, abuse, and agitation, but see a school that operates completely differently because the school operates from within. Meonics is about me being the real you. That's the real me. That's the real us. That's the one mind. Not of the God of rules. Not of the God of the Ten Commandments. Not of the God that the first commandment, have no other God before me. Love has no gods. So we're a people that are beginning to think differently in new terms. No longer being imaged to ourselves by that which has imaged us to us, given us our identity, given us our origin. We're growing up. I'm asking you to think, not like sheep. How's that? I'm asking you to begin to think like a creator in a school of creation. So when you think of a school, so you see, I'm inviting you to think, if this is a school, okay, maybe you've heard me. I know some of you have heard me. You've listened to these teachings. Some of you 100 hours, I think. And the more you begin to open to my words, see, that's something you have to decide. Are they my words? Are they words from a God, some God, somewhere? What is the source of my words? What is the source of your words? What are the sources? What is the source of the words that define your life and define who you submit to? Who has authority over you? I'm asking you to realize no one has authority over you. No one. Not even that entity that issued the Ten Commandments. Not really. You see, there's so much more to the story. So I'm asking you, instead of spending an hour teaching, it seems like this is a moment to share with you the beginning of a school in a new way. The beginning of your school if you choose. I can't do everything. I don't choose to do everything. If you're in this school, if you begin to go to Database 1, the 2,400 lessons that form my covenant, the first 2,400 words, lessons that I wrote, that you can search online, that I mention all the time and mention increasingly, because within that whole framework, within that whole database is the framework for the school and how it operates. The course names, assignments, projects. It addresses grades. Completely how the school operates is in Database 1. That I did not fashion with my logic, my mind. The connections of my neurons are not that intelligent by themselves. This school is of another world to prepare you for the next world to come, that you begin to create because you're the leaders. This is a school of leadership. I hope this excites you rather than scares you. But see, it may make your heart flutter, thinking, what the heck? And that's okay. I'm asking you, inviting you. If you're in the school, you're part of the faculty. You're part of the staff. You're a student. You remember, a student who learns is not above his master, but becomes equal. So it's been said. The mind of the infinite, immortal, eternal, existent, before time began, of all things, issues, not the command to serve me. Love issues the invitation. Come be me. Come be me, and I will teach you. I will tell you all things. Come, sit at my right hand. Sit at my right hand a while I make your enemies your footstool. And then, please, sit in my chair and be me. See, this is about Meonics. Being the real me that so many of us thought God was. And part of Meonics is growing up, differentiating God, a God race that operates on rules, demands, carrot and stick, you shall obey me in my will. Ha! No more. We're growing up learning to think for ourselves. So think with me a moment. I'm trying to get this out. I've never articulated this before. Not like this, and certainly not live streaming, not even creating a video that I later could choose to upload or not. So I'm sharing with you, Enter Me 101 is the name of the course given to me. I wrote those words in a stream that originated in the heart of love that does not issue commands and never created a hell. Okay. But see, if you don't see this as a school, then you don't operate in it as a school. You don't operate in it as a student. I'm asking you, I'm inviting you to create with me. And to see this as a school. Not one accredited by some agency. Doesn't have a big campus. Has no other faculty and staff other than me at the moment. And you who have spent hours listening, pondering, exploring, I'm asking you, inviting you to realize that you have the power of creation and to create. And I'm inviting you to create with me if you love love. because I've differentiated love many, many times. Not just loving a person, a flesh, their magnetism, their charisma, their knowledge. But no matter whether they're toothless, no matter what they are, that you begin to see love and love. And the original you, my friend, was and is perfect. Perfect love. The original you. The life force itself, the origination of the life force of the cognizant, the sentience, the sapience, the intelligence, eternal, infinite, immortal perfection in ways that we have yet to really scope out and learn and articulate is available to us all. So what do I mean? When you begin to think about this as a school, maybe you want to apply. Fill out an application. Well, this is not like any other school. What kind of application how do you apply? The answer is in database 1. The way you find out how to apply to enter the school is to go to database 1 and search to find it. Oh, I could tell you, I could explain, I could lay it out, word by word, sentence by sentence, give you a form to follow. Here are the 6 steps. This is not that kind of school. This is a school of leadership. You can't escape beginning to think in ways of leading, becoming a leader, becoming a part of something you're creating. So I invite you every time you listen to one of these teachings, one of these lessons, one of my videos, that you have a notebook, that you have a pen. This is school. This is serious. This is life. This is love. This is love to change your life and no longer be led by those who want you to be dumb as sheep, just under their authority, serve their physical needs. I'm asking you to be a leader. It takes effort. It takes energy. It takes courage. And don't be naive. Don't be gullible. Don't think everybody's going to compliment you or understand this school or why you are in it. So you have to decide. It's up to you. So if you want to be in this school, if you really want to be a student in this school rather than just, an occasional drop in to hear a message when you turn on YouTube, if you really want to be a student, you're invited. No one can keep you out. No matter how many tattoos you have, whether you wear a burqa, whether you wear a turban, no matter your profession, your vocation, you're a whore, you're a harlot, you're a prostitute, you're a preacher. I invite you to study with me and begin to learn to let a flow of love come through you that will begin to teach you directly And that's why I exist. That's why this school exists. This school is to prepare you for a love, a tangible love that is almost beyond comprehension at the moment. A love. Love does not drive you out in the desert to be tempted. Love does not create a hell. Love does not say, have nobody else but me in your life. So often, so much seems to flow out, and I begin, I guess you'd call it teaching instead of sharing about some of these things. And yet today is about a school. If you want to be in this school, you help create it. The first course is Enter Me. If you want to apply, find out how to apply. You fill out a form. You fill out a form. Well, of course, you can say, where do I get the form? You create the form. But you learn this. You learn how to create the form, what should be in the form. And it doesn't tell you every single element, because the way leadership is developed, leadership is invited, directed, guided, and you choose. And you don't set aside everything you know just to obey these rules, just to do what you think must be done right now on this test paper. No, you draw from all that you know. And some will be quite elaborate, maybe quite long. Some will be quite short. It's unique to you. You see, this is an education that is unique to you because it takes into account all of your hurts and all of your wounds and all of your bruises and all of your aspirations and your goals. It's an education where you begin to create because you are the teacher. No, you're the staff. Staff, part of the administration, staff. Well, there's more on that later. Student. But see, in this school, the student is never without the teacher because the teacher is within you. You learn to let. You begin to open to words from another world, words from God, words from love. We begin to learn to differentiate, and we begin to recognize the normal, if you will, common structure of sentences, phrases that are not just automatic regurgitation of common programming, so that when those phrases come, we become increasingly sensitive enough to recognize and pick up our pen. And when we recognize that and pick up our pen and begin writing, or start recording, or press the record button and start recording for the flow, we become which one? At that moment when you're flowing the first person words of love, originating new knowledge in you that you didn't know and that you are not controlling. You see, your mind is not locking down on it to make it comply with your first grade primer or your third grade history book or astronomy 101 or even your Bible. When you begin to loose the chains that have held us in a knowledge base of a magnetic world that limits us to this seeming flesh life of ours for 70 or 100 years. When you begin to loosen that and begin to see love, you begin to feel love. You begin to touch it. You begin to touch it in ways that are more tangible than you touch your flesh with. So this is a school I'm inviting you to create with me. I'm inviting you to do things you've never done before and be a part of something that's never been before. And who am I? I'm an old guy in Eureka Springs. I'm 73. And over, day after day, I open up my heart and I share with you what I've learned, and I share with you what has come through me to create a new school that operates a new way. Does not issue grades. See, there's no competition here. There's no competition. There's no grading on the bell curve. We seek no one else's approval. We will never seek accreditation to be dumbed down by them. Teach what they say teach. No. This is the unlimited instruction of pure light love, perfection. These are the words I use. These are the words I'm given. These are the words I know. I'll learn more words. I'll learn from you. If I'm not willing to learn from you, should I be your teacher? I have 2 kids. I love my kids. Kids, adults, both over 40 now. I learned from them. Even now, every phone call, I learn. Because I've learned how to learn in a new way. My life is so much richer because of my kids and how I've learned to learn and how I've learned to learn from movies and learned to learn from other things, other books. You see, the instruction of love leads for you to be a leader, not sit in a pew. Not wait on somebody to invite you to teach a Sunday school class. I've got a new picture. You see, to understand love, understand the system of instruction, the way we learn at this moment. We learn through an impartation of energy. A stream of energy, a stream of words. a stream of pictures. When I speak, air comes out. Amplification is made. Signals are encoded. Energy is transmitted through this microphone, through all the high tech. I code and you decode. But see, we're all transceivers. And my friend, we are all creators. And this is the school of creation. But we haven't had the knowledge. And I'm sharing this picture to say, we assemble it. You see, there's a whole system of learning how to process each one of these lessons. And it's given in Database 1. So instead of just like hearing a sermon, hearing a message, no matter what you think of it, no matter how valuable you think it is, I'm inviting you to see this as school and begin to treat it as school, entering the school of you to become the mind of love, the unadulterated. And begin to learn. Leaders operate in humility. So anybody that begins to come in the knowledge that they know what they're doing and they know how to do this, I'm not interested. I'm interested in humility, people of love. People of love who have paid a price. They have paid a price. A lot of us have paid a price we really didn't want to pay. We didn't know the price. We stumbled through it. We've been in our desert. We've been in slavery. We wanted to leave slavery, but we haven't known where to go. We haven't known how to get to the promised land. We haven't understood the tangible nature, the instruction system of the operation of the new and living everlasting covenant that love implanted, that love exists in the core of all of us. That may be all I say today, all I deal with. I'm beginning to sense that more interaction must take place. You, as a leader, must begin to sense your leadership and feel your leadership and be stirred by your love. Not your love of leadership, but your love of love. And let love compel you. Let love begin to guide you. Let peace be your guide. I love you and I honor you. If you want to be a part of the school, I invite you to act. Act how? I've mentioned several things. And be creative. Don't be limited by your past experience. Let the Creator of perfect love communicate with your heart, the heart of your consciousness, to build on all of your learning, be instructed from all of your hurts, wounds, and bruises, and forgive everyone. Yet understand all that knowledge base that you have. can be imparted to many people throughout the world and farther if you're willing to love them. Not just teach them, love them. Did you catch that? If you're willing to love them. If you're willing to love them first and see them for who they are. You see, in each course in the school, you write, you begin to outline, you begin to make notes, you begin to lessonate. What the heck is that? Look it up. You know where to look it up now. You look up. Look up, look up. And when you look up, but look up as one word. And then search on look up in quotes as two words. Use your mind. Search. This is a school of exploration and adventure. This is a school of leadership. And I invite you. You can contact me, Theodore Eureka, at gmail.com. I invite you, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, that you do so. And click on the little notification bell if you want to be notified anytime I come online or post something new. I have an email list on my website. I occasionally make emails where I write and address things. If you would like to subscribe on my website, theodorcottingham.com. And if you will like and you want to be a member of this school, you can find out how. Search. Go to the website. This is not about being spoon-fed. This is about your leadership to lead you into new realms, to learn and experience the new and everlasting joy of the covenant of one, to be the one that we all thought was another. Call it God, call it Creator, Source, Universe. But the real you is inextricable to that which love is and consists of. I love you all. I go now for today, or at least this moment. Write me. Share with me. Many of you have experience with education. You've been teachers. You've taught in schools. You're high tech. You understand learning platforms. You understand how to share. And you're not afraid of beginning to come together and meet people that look like you and don't look like you. Married, single, affluent, poor. Coming together in a class of one. Maybe a class of 10. Where we begin to share. We meet each other. And at some point, we meet by words. A forum, Zoom, video. We begin to share. We begin to learn. We begin to let go of our fears and the shackles that have held us back. And we begin to help each other grow wings because we are a race of a new people. Born again angels. Angels who are finally born again. Angels coming back into our first estate with the power of now. The power of love perfected. No longer holding ourselves in separation. Being who we really are. That's my invitation to you this day and this lesson for today. Always come, always listen with a notebook, a pen, and record it. Record it to listen to it later. Share these words. Share with others. And at some point, I know some of you will really desire to share these words and what you're learning. I invite you to. Many people, I know, will start a fellowship of one, a fellowship of light, a fellowship of one. One what? The student being the teacher, faculty, and staff, in communication with perfect love, so that each one begins to experience love as never before. All becoming lovers. Creating a new life. A new economy, a new life, a new love, a new way to live. And it begins with you, if you so choose. I invite you. I love you all. Theodore Eureka at gmail.com. I love you. Love each other. Love you first. Be the leader you really are, and let no one hold you down. If you're willing to love, begin to let love flow and let love teach, and write those words down and begin to share them any way you can. Maybe it's a blog. Maybe it's a newsletter. Maybe it's just one person on the other side of the world. Begin with you. See ya. Thank you again. I love you. Good day.